What's going on, everybody? Minus here with NathanNAPALM. Episode 2. We made it, and we're going to keep doing games that we love. And this one, it's never a game that I mention when I say my favorite games of all time. But every time I start playing it again, I remember every detail. And that's Super Mario World. The best game for SNES, hands down, I would argue against anybody. And it came with the freaking system. This, in my opinion, to this day, is the best Mario. So come at me, bro.
I disagree, but I love it. I understand. I understand why it would be. And if you caught me on the right day, I might agree.
Today is not that day. So this first clip here is going to be first time getting Yoshi.
Oh, yeah.
Had to get that extra life.
Those sound effects, man.
Eating the things off trees, getting a score. There were just times you felt unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, you kind of felt unstoppable as long as you had Yoshi, because it was kind of like a whole nother game plan, you know? Because he would run away.
All right, so that's the first time. It's the first technical level if you go to the right.
Right.
Because you start at Yoshi's house. If you go to the left, it's not. If you go to the right, it's Yoshi. So
if you go to the left, it's taking you up for the button, right? Am I remembering right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, here's another bold statement. You had Mario in the regular games, right? And then, Luigi became a more fleshed out character. He wasn't just a green variant, and he was really big. And then in Super Mario 2, you got to play as Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess. So Toad and Princess, I don't think they really exploded in the play as much as Luigi did as he developed into a character. But I would argue that as they've continued to make characters, there's tons of them, that the ultimate peak of a new character introduction after Luigi was Yoshi. And I don't think they've ever come close to getting back to another Yoshi.
No way. Yoshi was... he was my first rideable mount in a video game.
Right?
He was my first rideable mount, and I didn't know I needed it until I got it. And did you know that Yoshi was intended to be in the original Mario game?
That I did not know.
Yep, the creator wanted him in the original Mario game. He just couldn't. I don't know if it was a space issue or he just couldn't get to work right.
8-bit for 16 was probably pretty challenging to get Yoshi in, I would imagine.
But let's go back in time.
Okay.
Because that clip was likely, I'm not going to say for sure, but it was likely the first thing we played of this game. Mm-hmm. It's a 50-50 chance if it was or not. And I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure I went there first. So was you even expecting, because you knew there was going to be Yoshi in the game. You saw, right? You kind of were like, ooh, you get to ride a dinosaur or whatever you thought at that time. But did you expect it so soon? It was like immediate.
Well, you started in Yoshi's house. The story kicks up and there's these little eggs and stuff, right? But no, the gameplay, to this day, in a 16-bit game with limited resources, the gameplay on Yoshi was a incredible difference from just being Mario.
Yeah.
It was pretty incredible. And how many times do you think you died chasing him off a cliff?
You didn't want to lose Yoshi. Yeah, you would jump with him off the cliff. Like, no, Yoshi! Did you ever do the thing where you would dive after Yoshi? This wouldn't work if you were in a lower tier of the level. If you're in an upper tier, you dive after Yoshi, you land on him, you realize you're going to die. So you do the spin jump off of Yoshi and make it back. That was always like, sorry, Yoshi, I tried.
Or if you were just running and you fell and you're like, oh, sorry, Yoshi.
Yeah, sorry, you're gonna die. You gotta take one for the team.
Well, if you were really good, you even did the Yoshi jump at the end when you had to hit the bar, and you could try to hit the bar really high and then land back on Yoshi.
Yeah.
That was tricky. That was tricky.
I wouldn't say I mastered that. But I want to say I've done it by accident or like, in the heat of the moment.
Unlocking top secret. The ghost houses were awesome.
Oh, yeah. I got lost in the... Is this the first guy? No. I got lost in... This is the second one, yeah. I got lost in the first one forever as a kid.
So you brought up the first mount, tying it into an MMO. This was the first, like, getting battle equipped.
Oh, true.
Couple things there. So first of all, the secret ways to beat levels. There was a lot of it in this game.
Yeah.
And, there was some in the first game, like, running up above the level and stuff like that. But I thought it was much more innovative in this game with how they did that.
Yeah.
So.
Especially once you realize that the way the level looked on the map could kind of tell you. So there was the normal yellow ones that just was like, there was one exit. Then there was the ones that looked kind of like a lava. They're red. Mm-hmm. Those had multiple exits. And then, of course, the boo houses, they always had multiple exits. And
they, like you were saying, the ghost houses would also confuse you. You'd go in a door and you end up back to where you were. So you had to really try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting. But the other thing in that is that you had a backup power-up. That was something that they introduced in Super Mario World, is you could have a feather and, a fire flower if you want. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next clip here.
I haven't seen the clip yet.
That's okay. I'm just going to pick this back up. No, I stepped on it. Damn.
Ah!
Here's me trying again. All right, sped up. Let's do this.
It was a good drop. I like that. You did a good job there.
Did you notice I never stop? This is a major problem for me in Mario games.
You don't want to take a break.
Nope. Look, that should have killed him. I just want to be very clear on that. See me learn my lesson there? Ooh, he almost came back and got me too.
There you go.
I play this game with my top thumb on run, and then I use the middle of my thumb to jump.
Yeah, I do that too.
That I can hold run the whole time. So I like to move very fast in these games. When I'm in water, I feel like I have to wait all the time, and in the levels that move by themselves, that is the absolute hell on earth for me.
And it does change the way that you behave too, because I run most of the time, but I let off. Like I play it like it's a car, like I'll feel, especially going back to play these games, I have them pretty much memorized, so I'll like naturally know when to let off the gas, but when you have to wait, it changes everything. The momentum of the jumps, the timing,
the stuff that flies off the screen, like you have to move back a little bit and duck, to get under stuff.
Yeah. But the water levels, I kind of liked them in a way. I always felt like, just because it felt more dimensional. But I also didn't like them. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I enjoyed playing them. I didn't dread them. I did not dread them. I kind of liked it in a way, especially Mario Bros. 3. I like the water levels in it better than Super Mario World.
Minus his role number 1. Water levels suck. This was the key to being a dominator in Super Mario World. And I'm really interested, if anybody watches this video and hasn't seen this or didn't know about this, leave it in the comments, because I don't know that I could have enjoyed this game as much without this.
Look at that. Look at it going up.
Yeah. Yet you leave Yoshi behind on this journey.
It was
So
worth it.
I absolutely, like I said, that for me, that made the game possible. Anytime I was struggling somewhere, head on back to Vanilla Secret 2, pop in about 60 lives, 54 lives, something like that with that run, and now there's a trick to it. Did you notice the video started at the halfway save? So you'd beat the level,
Yeah.
and then you had to go get to the halfway save, and then hit Start Select, which would pull you out of any level you've beaten. So you do the trick, it starts you at the halfway point, you go grab it, you take it back, and then after you get your lives, you start Select out so that you keep your half point. That's very important.
Yep.
So, and you got there, you had to find the secret in the second world to go up the left side. When you got up on the top there, you could go the level there, right before the fortress that was up there. There's like a water world and a fortress.
Yeah, you could see it. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, that was a key for me. I don't think I was beating this game without that. Or the alternative was to go to top secret and keep getting a Yoshi, but that would take forever.
Yeah. We used to, when I was really young, when I first started playing this game, we used to just go back to the early levels, and they were so easy. You just run through, get a ton of coins. They were more giving with extra lives. When we first started playing this game, that's what we would do. We would just go back to the early levels and play them over and over and over and rack up a bunch of lives until I did. Did you figure this out yourself, or did somebody at school tell you about it? How did that work?
Jeez, I have a really hard time believing that I figured it out on my own. I probably read it in Nintendo Power. I mean, that was it back in the day, right?
True.
Did you ask me if I read it online?
I might have. It's possible I did.
No, I think
Which would not have been possible.
This is Secrets of Star Road.
Oh yeah.
So this is pretty early in the game. You're able to get to Star Road in the second world.
Yeah.
There we go. Impossible to get Yoshi back if you lose him in water.
Yeah. He gone.
So I left this in. So you're like, cool, I beat it. Not on Star Road, you didn't.
Right.
Because Star Road, every level had to be beaten secretly.
Right.
So this is a
You had to
super
figure it
sped
out,
up, super sped up version here.
Nice.
I missed so many of them.
But you still got in between them there. That was decent.
Blue Yoshi too, man.
Yeah.
And all these Star Road levels actually gave you all the colored Yoshis.
Oh, that was the only way to get them. You're right.
So then that would eventually get you there. And the big trick there was that if you could get through Star Road, you could actually get right to the front door of Bowser's Castle and skip,
Right.
I mean, a majority of the game if you could beat the Star
Right.
Road levels. So.
And everybody wanted to do it that way because the cool way. You was a loser if you wasn't going through Star Road. You know, like it was embarrassing if people came to your house and you're playing Super Mario World and you're doing it the regular way.
I added some background music. This guy made you be patient too. But I think I'd usually catch him twice before he even got up the wall. Ah, boo. This guy that does this, look at how tricky he is. Doesn't care at all about those ghosts. It's funny because looking at these, they don't seem hard, but I remember jumping on the wrong one. Yeah. forgot like how retro this guy sort of was. Like the throwback, like the screen level, the fireballs. That movie just pulled right there. It was impossible. Yeah, the fortress. All right, so there's the little guys. Any fond memories of those? I remember that you also fight like a souped up version of them later.
Yeah. So my favorite thing about those guys was just that they were the return, because they were the same ones from Super Mario Brothers 3, and they brought them back. So it was seeming like at that time they were going to be in the series for good, as like the bosses leading up to the final battle, which I really wish they would have just stuck with that through all the Marios, because they're awesome. And there's so much honestly, they could have just kept that up, because the next official Mario title would have been 3D, and they could have kept the fights exactly the same, but put them in 3D and it would have been awesome.
All right, so the final clip, you can't do it any other way. We got the big baddie. It's sped up because it is a long fight. So that was the last fight. I remember most of it was pretty easy, actually, except for when he started slamming.
Yeah.
And I died probably way more than I ever should to the stupid fire dropping. I mean, I don't know why, but I probably did.
I remember the first time I fought him, I thought the game was tricking me, because usually I kind of got adjusted to, like, you can't beat Bowser, right? Mario can't beat Bowser. He has to trick him. Like, Mario Bros. 1, you hit the lever, he falls. Mario Bros. 2 didn't even actually have Bowser, but some toad or some frog guy. Mario Bros. 3, you had to, like, make him kill himself. Kind of dark, isn't it? And then, and then this one, it's actually by Mario. Mario actually defeats him. So I thought he was tricking me. And I remember when he started bouncing, I thought maybe he would crack the ground or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I thought might be happening.
Yeah, it was a good end. It was a long battle. Definitely one of the games I 100%ed. And there's not a ton of those in life. I'm not a guy that tries to do that, but I actually enjoyed the game enough to get 100%.
Right.
Because I think didn't your save file have the percent complete beside it? So there was a reason to keep playing. Like, you'd actually see it every time you logged into the game.
And back then, it was common back then for your friends to come to your house, and you would go to their house, and they would see your file. You know what I mean? They'd see it. You didn't want to look like a loser.
Or you had the friend who maybe wasn't as good, and is like, hey, Nathan, can you bring your copy over? So that you can play.
Play your copy, man.
Yeah, put yours in. Yours is better. Super Mario World, still one of my all-time favorites. Does not get enough credit in the all-time favorites. People say games like Final Fantasy, and you hear like the same games, and Super Mario World, I think anyone from our era should have that in their top 10.
Oh, definitely. Guys, if there's a game that you had this psychic feeling that both of us might have played, because that's the only rule, we both have to have played it, and you want to see us cover it, drop it in the comments down below. We definitely read every comment. We're not that big yet. So we read every single comment. We literally read. We don't have secretaries. It's us reading it. Let us know, because we're eventually going to run out of ideas. And you may say something that we've forgotten about, and something that really makes us be like, wow, that really would be awesome. So let us know. If we both played it, we will do it.